Nope. Hi. Hey, Debbie.
Raven.
Okay, so yeah, it's not you guys. Jeff forgot to put me on. Okay, John says it's all good now. Okay, see, that's why we check.
The radio show is over. That's TV time.
TV time. Yeah, it's so funny. There's so much that goes into this. Hi, Linda. Hi, Joni.
I need another monitor is what I need because I don't have. I see what you see, and I can't work with. It's all right.
Well, that one right there.
What?
That big monitor right there.
I'm using that to monitor my camera, so it's totally different.
But wouldn't it be black? It wouldn't be a black screen. Oh, okay. I don't know anything. I don't do it. It's not me, right? It's not me. Hi, Brian. Hi, Kathy. All right. Well, I know you guys could hear me the whole time, right? You just couldn't see me, which, yeah, that's all right. We haven't done anything yet. Okay. So I thought I did. I guess I didn't bring out a bowl. Anyway, no. I have to share something with you. And this one's coming out tomorrow. Well, this one's coming out Sunday. This is coming out tomorrow. This has been in the works since last year, or maybe even 2 years ago, where I had a lot of fails. And I tried to make it a ton of different ways, and I never could get it. What am I making? Liquid cheese. Now, this has been in the refrigerator, I kid you not, for 2 days. This one is 3 ingredients, okay? This one's not going to be for everyone. This one is beer, sharp cheddar cheese grated, and sodium citrate. Sodium citrate's that's the secret, okay? So that won't be for everyone because that's beer in there, right? But the beer is what really kept it liquid. However, if you didn't want to make it with beer, if you just wanted to make it with water, it is still pretty darn good. A little thicker, and it'll even get a little thicker because I actually used this in my video. So I had put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds after it was refrigerated. So it's a little thicker when it comes first out. It is smooth, delicious cheese for nachos, for dipping, for cheesesteaks, for everything. And it uses real cheese. And then, of course, the air fryer pretzel bites that are homemade and super easy. I am so excited about this one. I told Jeff, I said, I hope I win the internet. I hope I win the internet tomorrow. So look out for that. Yeah, pretzel cheese, Darlene. I mean, you can use it on all kinds of things. Hey, Skip and Kathy in Germany. So you can use it for all kinds of things. It doesn't matter. Now you're going to want to get on Amazon, and I guess I should have had a link. I'll link to it in the video. I'll link to it in the post. You want to get on Amazon and get the sodium citrate. I did try doing, because sodium citrate is basically baking soda. And what else did I say it was? I said it was baking soda and something else.
Citric acid.
And citric acid. So citric acid is something we use in canning all the time. So you can buy that in the grocery store. Baking soda, obviously, we can buy in the grocery store, right? However, I'm not a chemist. And after playing around with it for a while, I was like, I can't get the ratios right in an easy way. I mean, if I wanted to measure out in grams and do all that, I could have probably made it work. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be easy for you guys. So the easiest thing is to buy the sodium citrate. Because when you mix those two, you have to have one bowl of some water with the citric acid, another bowl with the baking soda. Then you mix them together and they bubble up, and then you can, of course, put it in. But it never worked for me. No matter what ratios I tried, it just didn't work. And so just buy the sodium citrate. It's not expensive. And a little bit goes a long way because you only need a 1 teaspoon. So I am so excited. Now, I did not come up with this. This is not like I am not, like I said, I'm not a chemist. I didn't come up with this at all. It was from, well, a lot of chefs use it. Okay. So I knew about it and I had tried it out a couple years ago, but I could never get it to taste right. It tasted like garbage. And I guess I was using too much or something like that. And I got really frustrated. So I just kind of put that on the back burner until this year. So finally, I was looking up, trying to get the right ratios, and Serious Eats had some discussion about it. And I was able to kind of get some ideas from that and then pull it together and put it into a smaller portion, not this big thing. I think he did a whole, like, several pounds, because I want you guys to be able to make just 1 cup at a time, you know, or you can make more by doubling it. All right. So I am really excited about that. And it tastes just like the cheese you use, and you can use any cheese you want. So you don't have to use the cheddar. You can use whatever you want, and you can add seasonings to it. So with one batch, I added some seasonings to make like a nacho cheese, you know, so I added some cumin and I added some smoked paprika and some chipotle. So you could make it with a white cheese and make it like a garlic cheese, like garlic mozzarella. Okay. You know, I'm going to try it with Gouda, but Gouda is a processed cheese. So it melts easier anyway. And I don't even know if you really need that. This is for those cheeses that are going to separate and clump up and everything. Anyway, okay, so I have patted myself on the head for this one. I'm super excited, even though I didn't invent it. So, all right. All right, so Skip said he tried the baking soda on the London broil, which everyone is going to be like, you did what? I was telling him about how you can slice London broil or slice chicken or slice beef, and you can, what is it called? Velvet it with baking soda. And then, of course, you rinse it off really well. But Skip, I don't know if you're saying that the meat then had no flavor. That's kind of interesting. Now, it's usually used in Chinese cooking. So it could be that, you know, there's a lot of flavorful ingredients that go in that. So I've never tried it just plain, but I was hoping that would work for you. All right. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hi, Crystal. Hi, Kirk. How are you? All right, guys, are we ready? Are we ready to get to
the ingredients?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing blindfolded?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to do them in total random order here.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's get these out of the way and clean up the cheese.
Okay.
No more pretzels. You need them for your picture.
I do. They're so good, though. All right. Clean up on aisle 5. Do you feel like that's the story of our life?
Yeah.
We just got done filming a 2-hour video. Well, it won't be a 2-hour video for you guys, but it's 2 hours. It was 2 hours for me. We just finished the air fryer pretzel bites. So we just had to clean up after that, and then this, and then we'll have to clean up after that again. Okay.
Cutting board was about this thick when we bought it, and I wiped.
What you've wiped it down? Oh yeah. Okay. Right. That's not true.
Okay.
Kirk, I'm totally intrigued about the garlic mozzarella too, and I think I'm going to have to make that tomorrow. I happen to have. Oh, and also, by the way, I will tell you. Of course, you're going to know this when you watch the video. I think I mentioned it. You can use pre-shredded cheese if you want. I mean, I don't, because I have the block and I just grated it, but you can. I've tried it with that. It worked fine. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to have to make that mozzarella. Now, I wonder if I put real garlic, like roasted garlic in it, would it change the texture at all? Maybe if I have to add it afterwards. And there's a certain way you have to do it. So make sure you watch the video tomorrow if you want to make it. And I know you all want to make it because it's so amazing. Well, first you have to order the sodium citrate.
All right, ready for your first blindfolded test?
Yeah.
Ingredient? You'll find that. You'll know that.
Ginger.
Okay.
I like ginger. I like where this is going already. Green onions. Okay. Garlic. I like where this is going. Cabbage. I can tell by the weight. Okay. And this is just regular, probably green.
It's regular green cabbage.
Yeah, because red cabbage sometimes is a little bit smaller. Okay. Carrots. I'm really rocking on this one, and I'm not peeking, I promise.
They're pretty easy.
An onion. But is it red or white? You know, it's kind of funny. I'm not sure I can tell with this one. I'm going to go with white. Okay. Or, yeah, you know, yellow or sweet, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to go with, just because of these ingredients, like I would never ordinarily know if this, although it kind of feels like beef, but it wouldn't be beef. So it's definitely ground meat. But you know, it doesn't feel as, it's not mushy like chicken. So I'm going to go with ground turkey. Pork. That was my second one. Okay. Okay. Ground pork. Okay.
All right. Just a couple more things.
Egg roll. Oh, I like where this is going already. Oh my gosh. Do I have to use the foodie? I might not want to use the foodie. Okay. I don't want to knock my drink over. And I will tell some, I know somebody asked what was in the glass. I'll get to that in just a minute. I did go over it. Okay. Oh, cilantro. Okay. Thought so, but it didn't feel like it. The leaves didn't feel right. Okay. Uh-huh.
And this is really, you don't really have to guess this one. I just brought it up.
Sesame oil?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
That's it. Anything else you want to add?
Okay, I need oranges. I need honey.
Okay, oranges, honey,
and
you can open your eyes.
Oh yeah, I can open my eyes. And I have to cook blindfold too, right? There you go. Right? Oh, yeah, this is sesame oil. Okay. All right. Well, this is fun, but I'm not going to do what he thinks. I'm not going to do what he thinks. I'm going to do something different. Okay. Oranges, probably a little bit of honey or some sort of a sweetener. Probably honey would be good. And then I need some. Should I do rice or not rice? I don't care either way. Rice or no rice? You guys tell me.
You have open honey over here?
Yeah, I should have honey open. Okay. All right. I'm waiting for rice or no rice, and then we'll make that decision.
All right, let me make sure there's not a bunch of stuff.
Then I'm going to need a grater and a vegetable peeler. Got a vegetable peeler. I need a grater. Oh, maybe I don't need a grater. Maybe I'll do it differently. Okay, I'm excited. I am super excited about this. I am super excited. Now, this will not be authentic, my friends. Okay, it's just going to be what I throw together. Okay, oh, what's in the drink? Okay, so what is in the drink is bourbon, amaretto, orange juice. That's it, right? Yeah, and ice. Yep, it's strong too. It's a little strong.
Jasmine rice, okay?
Yep, jasmine rice is perfect. All right. So interesting. Now I've got some options about how to cook it, but I think no matter how I cook it, I'm going to want to saute the pork first. Or do I want to do the egg roll wrappers first? Okay, these are some decisions I need to make. Because I'm not making egg rolls, because you know that's what he thought I was going to make. I'm not going to make egg rolls. No. Is that what you were thinking?
That's what I don't care what you think. I was pointing in that direction.
Yeah, we're not going to do egg rolls. We're going to do something else. What do I want to do first? Let me get these done first. And then I can kind of prep my other ingredients while they're working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is open these up.
John says to saute the pork.
Yes, I'm going to definitely saute the pork. Yeah, definitely. And I should not be using a knife to do this. I should be using scissors or something. All right. All right, so they did say rice, so we'll do that. Okay, so we'll take out about 3 of these. And then I'll have to get, can you put these into a sealed bag like right away? And let's see how many I got out.
Do they need to go in the freezer or just in the freezer?
Oh, I could have made pot stickers too. Oh my gosh, I could have made pot stickers. Yeah, I got out 3. I'll make pot stickers another time. I have pot stickers. Okay. Oops, I didn't cut it all the way through. All right, so I'm going to cut. I have 3 of these. That's plenty for us. I'm going to cut them into kind of a, I guess it is a triangle. Now we're going to cut it into a triangle again. Now I'm not going to do anything fancy, and I'm not going to fill these or anything, but I am going to get a little bit of water. We are going to preheat our air fryer, so let's get that done. Air fryer, where, oops, I went to the wrong spot. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I've gotten away from preheating on broil, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because it confuses people too much. So I'm just preheating on 400 on air fry. I'm not going to cook those at 400 though. Now I'm starting to think, do I do something else? Gosh, there's so many things I could do. This is like terrific. These are terrific ingredients, Jeff. I'm excited.
What is that?
Oil, a little bit of oil.
Oh, you just do regular oil.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? So if you say, oh, what are you doing? I don't know. But I know what I want them to be like at the end. And I don't want them to just be flat. So let's see if I can get this done like this. No, I don't know what I'm doing. That looks kind of good. Let's see if that works out. Okay. So basically, I'm just going to make some, I'm creating some texture is what is my goal here. I don't need to be fancy or anything like that. I just want to create some texture. Some of them are working. One worked, one is not so much. Okay. All right. So can you read them, Jeff, honey, while I do this?
Yeah, Kirk says have a big old sick. A big one. Robin Watchman says hi.
Hey, Robin. Oh, I messed
John
that one up.
John says pork baskets.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that fancy. So I want this to have all the flavors like this. So these are for crunch. All right. So we want flavor and texture in this dish. So these are going to be for crunch. I wish I could get a system together. I don't even know how I did that one. If I knew how I did that one, I would repeat it. But I don't really know. I'm just each one I'm doing like my own, like my own little version of. And I don't understand why. Oh, maybe I did this. First, I have to make sure that these stay together. And then I opened up this side. And then I crinkled it up, I think. Oh, I don't know. That didn't work out any better. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter what they look like. It makes no difference. They're going to be garnished for texture and stuff. So we'll see. Might not work out at all. But I like crunch, too. I like crunch a lot. I think that's Linda. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
We had egg roll in a bowl mentioned a few times.
Yeah, I've already made that recipe. I try to do different things here. Just like trying to fold this. I know there's people who are saying, why are you folding it so weird? Oh, you know what? Oh, that's an easy way. That's an easy way to do it. Oh yeah, that'll work
Little
perfect.
hats.
Yeah. They're like unstuffed little wontons, right? That's not how you fold wontons, though. I was trying to make wontons. They're like crab rangoon, but they can have different filling. And I couldn't get the folding down for those. They're folded a little different than how I fold my. How did I do that now, guys? Pulled it through. Yeah,
John?
that works good. That works good.
John said, fry the lettuce coated in crumbs.
John. It's not lettuce, though. It's cabbage, but fancy. Excuse me. All right. Time to take a big sip here. Hi, Christy from Biloxi. Biloxi's far from us, right?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the state.
Okay, so what I've settled on here is lightly brushing them with water, closing it up on the end so we have like a little, I don't know, what'd you call that? Would you call that a hat?
Pope's hat.
Okay. And then I'm taking this end and I'm folding it underneath and bringing it through to create a little, that didn't work. Of course not. I'm showing you guys it didn't work. Anyway, you get the drift, right? So, okay, we're almost done with this. Now, hopefully this isn't going to be too difficult of a process here.
Wendy wanted to know if you're going to put an egg wash on there.
Nope. Has anyone made my crab rangoon recipe? If so, do I put an egg wash? Because now Wendy's got me thinking. No, I don't think so. I think I just put oil.
That's a lot of little wontons for you to have to eat.
I know. I'm excited about them. I'm going to eat every one of them. I didn't realize I wasn't like doing my math correctly. So like 3 make a lot when you cut them small like that. Huh?
We sure do.
Yeah. Jeff is trying to go back on it, trying. He will. If he says he's doing it, he's doing it. That's his personality. If I say I'm doing something for somebody else, I'll do it. But if I say I'm doing something for myself, very rarely do I actually do it. Anyway, it doesn't matter what these look like. I don't care. But I really like this one. That one turned out so nice. But anyway, it's not going to matter.
Wendy calls them little pockets of love.
Uh-huh. This one I might have over-wetted a little bit. All right. Sorry you're having to watch me just fold these. And I'm doing a terrible job at them. So that doesn't make it interesting at all. If I had some technique. It probably took me about, I don't know. Do you remember when I was doing the crab rangoon recipe, Jeff? Do you remember how long I tried before I finally got the hang of those?
Oh yeah, it was.
I mean, it was a lot of.
A long time.
It was a lot of trial before I got the hang of it. And I went to do one the other day because I was making cream cheese, like just taking out the wontons. I couldn't remember how to do it. I had to go back and look at my video. What matters more than anything is that this part sticks.
They're starting to look
itself.
like little flowers.
When you put a bunch of them together?
Yeah.
Okay. That's done. This is done. So now we're going to spray this basket. This is just regular avocado oil. So nothing fancy here. And then we're just going to plop these in. And we have to take the temperature way down or they will burn. And then I will wipe my cutting board. And we will get these. I will need a cooling rack. Or, you know, what will work is one of those racks. One just inverted. One of those dehydration racks just inverted. Will be fine. All right, I hope I can fit them all in. I'm going to fit them all in. That's all there is to it. I'm going to. They're already sizzling on the bottom, so they're like already cooking. Okay. All right. Now these, in order for them to get golden brown, they have to be spritzed with oil. Otherwise, they don't turn out right. So this is not one of those air fryer recipes that you can go without oil. All right, so we are going to take this down. I don't remember what I use, but I'm going to go down to 330 because I can't remember what time I use, and I'm going to go up to 15 minutes. I don't think it takes that long, but I don't remember. So when you're doing something like this and you want to get golden brown and crunchy, it's kind of better to start out at a lower temperature. Okay, so now I can just prep.
You got some prepping to do.
I got some prepping to do. No egg wash. I didn't think so, Leanne. All right. Now, I'm not going to cook all that pork. Number one, because this could be a disaster recipe. We never know, right? We don't know. We don't know if I'll get it right or not. Although there is no right or wrong with this one.
Especially when you're making it up as you go along.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong here. It'll just be good or bad. And because I don't measure on Tasty Tuesdays, it's always hard for me to replicate anyway. I try to give a shout out of what I'm doing, but I don't measure because that's not how I cook. And, unless I'm testing a recipe, of course, then I measure. But when I'm just cooking at home for fun, I wing it all the time. Even baking, which sometimes leads to good things and sometimes leads to bad things. I made a vanilla cake one time, and I didn't have pretty much any of the ingredients to make a cake. You should have seen the substitutions I made. It actually turned out pretty good, though. Remember, Jeff? I wanted a regular yellow cake with chocolate icing.
Uh-huh.
It turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that came out pretty good.
Even though I didn't even have flour. What did I use instead of flour? Did I use bread flour? I think I had to use bread flour.
I think you use bread flour instead of cake. Which
is insane, because obviously that's not the right kind of flour. Okay. So now my big question is, you know what I could have done? I could have put the pork in and let it cook on the bottom. And I could have used the rack maybe to air fry those. I didn't even think about that. I could have done that. I didn't think about it.
Kirk wants to know if that's a tornado running in the background. That is a loud machine.
Yep. So now I'll prep all my vegetables.
Debbie said, wait,
you
cook for fun?
Debbie who? Oh, so do you guys. It's like, that's not Debbie, because they come up with all kinds of things that they like to make. I mean, you guys are adventurous in your cooking. It is loud. Is that a tornado? That is hysterical. I mean, it wouldn't be hysterical if it actually was, but it's not. That's a Ninja Foodie.
No, unfortunately, we are now on tornado hour here. Where we live.
Yeah. Okay. One thing down. It's done. Oh my gosh.
Well, this is nice.
Oh my gosh. They're almost done. How many minutes was that?
It's on 11 and a half.
And I put it at 15 minutes? Wow. Boy, I'm going to have to remember this. Because anytime you want like a little crunchy snack, oh my goodness. So Jeff, tell me, why did you get ground pork instead of a ground turkey or something?
I didn't want to do ground turkey. I'm not a big fan of it. And the pork came because I was trying to get you the ingredients for lumpia, which uses ground pork. So I'd already kind of committed to all of that, and I just couldn't find. I just couldn't find any lumpia wrappers, and there's really nothing that substitutes well for it.
Don't do this at home because these are hot. But can't you use egg roll? Ouch! Can't you use egg roll wrappers? Or
Well,
are they
they
different?
basically say don't, and
You
you could. I mean, if you were, you've got all the ingredients for it, but it's very different. Darlene says, I'm going to put this one up.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene says her husband lives on your website. 501 and the 701 are going most evenings.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, we've got a little bit of oil down in there. Now, I'm going to try not to get my hands dirty, so I'm going to do this kind of weird. I don't even know if that's going to work. I'm going to try to spoon it out.
Could you find something a little duller to cut through that?
Well, I'm not trying to really cut it. How many pounds is this?
It looks like about 3. I don't know. Should be on the bottom. It should say right there.
It should.
24 ounces.
Oh, 1.5 pounds. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought, oh, no, I got it on the cutting board. I didn't. All right. So I'm going to put in about a pound of pork. Oh, what am I going to do with leftover
Put
pork?
in the paper too. Why not?
Why not put the paper in? Yeah. What am I going to do with leftover pork? Nothing. All right.
Say hello to Rita from Patterson, North Carolina.
Well, hello, Rita. How are you? I got to turn this thing off, turn it back on. My back is hurting, so I'm sorry if I just stop for a minute every now and again. Because Jeff makes me work too hard. Don't you, Jeff?
Yeah, I make the videos all day and then do Tasty Tuesday all night.
Yep. Now, I've got a few decisions here. Decision made. Putting it all in at once. It's going to steam more than brown. I don't care. Okay. Let me get some seasonings in there. That's very important. That back is really bothering me right now. All right, we'll put in a little pepper. Yeah, I'll put in a little pepper. I'm trying to think, is there any other seasonings that I usually use?
I was thinking like red pepper flakes or...
Oh, yeah, red pepper flakes. I put in and soy sauce.
I can't find soy sauce. Is there some here?
Or should I do oyster sauce? I could do oyster sauce. All right, let me go to the refrigerator. Yeah, there's
raisin.
oyster sauce. Oh, I know what else I want. Soy sauce. This. I want my red pepper paste. Where's that? I won't need that. I need my red pepper paste. And I want that wine that's in the pantry. Okay. It's wine, it's cooking wine. You should be able to recognize it. All right, salt, pepper in there. The ground pork, the big vegetables. We're just going to saute that. What I was trying to do is figure out, I wanted to do this, and I still think I might get this to about 70%. And then I think I'm going to put the rice in. No, it's, I'll get it. You won't work. Yeah, I should have a little bottle of it. If not, then I guess you can bring out that big bottle. Okay, so what was I? I have one at home though. All right. So anyway, what I was saying is I'm trying to figure out right now how I want to do
Have a little
this.
chili garlic.
Yeah. Because I want to cook the rice at the same time. So I'm thinking I might put this into a container if it's not too much and put it on top and steam my rice, and that'll steam the rest of the vegetables. John's giving me some PT therapy. Hands on hips, lean back a couple of times, need to balance leaning forward. Well, I'll do that off camera because I might fall down, right? That would be hysterical.
Annie suggested the wontons with garlic salt. That might be pretty good.
Yeah, that probably would be good.
All right, so people are wondering what you're making since
I don't know.
we talked about it in a while.
I don't know. Go ahead and tell them what I'm making based on
I
because I have no idea what I'm
I can
making.
tell you what's in there.
Yeah,
So
there you
we've
go.
got ground pork, onion,
Ooh.
carrot, garlic. You saw that going in. Some salt and pepper, and then everything else you'll see as it's added. She's already made. Let me get the shot there. You see the wontons in the foreground. So she basically air fried those wontons from egg roll wrappers.
Yeah, so
And
they're just
not
going to add
stuffed
crunch.
with anything. A little more garlic going in.
I don't know. Just I'm trying to think. I really don't. I don't want to pressure cook. I'm not pressure cooking.
I'm gonna put my fan up and kind of blow some of the steam over.
Okay. I'm not pressure cooking. I keep going back and forth in my head. I talk to myself a lot too when I'm cooking.
Just when you're cooking.
No. Well, no, I don't talk to myself. I talk to him. He just doesn't listen. So I'm talking to myself, right?
Is
that how it works?
I don't know if that's true.
I think it is sometimes very much the truth.
All right, I gotta figure out why I just turned that camera off.
All right, that's enough garlic. 4 cloves.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's enough. Okay, garlic in. All right. This is the thing. I got to clean as I go here. All right, now ginger. And I don't have my grater, and I'm going to need the grater, Jeff. I'm going to put in a lot of ginger. I'm going to put in this whole thing of ginger.
The big grater?
Either one, it doesn't matter. I've got a little one, which I don't like using. I'm not a fan of grating ginger. So for the first time in my life, even though I've known about it for probably 100 years, for the first time in my life, I got ginger and I didn't use it. And I knew it was going to go bad. So I said, I'm going to freeze it. Everybody says you can freeze it and you can grate it, and it grates really easily and it works great in dishes. So I froze it. Now, my only mistake was I just threw it in the freezer because I was in a hurry. Next time I would definitely peel it because it was kind of a pain to peel. But oh my gosh, it grated like a dream and the flavor was great. So I might be doing that from now on because that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to use the small side, so it doesn't matter. So I'm always on my little zester grater thing. I am always like zesting my knuckle, which is not good. So, in fact, usually I use this side. Let's see how this side does. That's working pretty good. So if anyone has any good ways to not zest your knuckle, let me know. Like, don't zest all the way down, right? That is a good amount of
That's gonna be
ginger.
isn't it?
Yeah. That's what we want.
John says if you're pressure cooking, do rice pot in a pot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to steam, John, because if I pressure cook this, it's going to become messy. Like when I say messy, I mean mushy.
Jesse's calling them orange pork cabbage boats.
Okay, but they're not going in any boat. So, because I didn't make boats, these don't have any openings to fill, right? All right, let's get this broken up. And let's get some cabbage in there because we do need that to wilt. Let's get some cabbage in there. And then I'll flavor it up, transfer it out, put it in a dish. The dish will go on top of the rice to finish cooking under steam. So let's see. That'll be enough.
John says to use a fork to zest.
A fork? I've never tried that before. I have to make sure I can fit this in a bowl. You know, in a thing. I hope so. Okay. If not, I'll have to break out another pot. But I think once I deglaze and start putting in the other things, this is going to be meat heavy, by the way, even though it doesn't look like it right now. Okay, so let's get in some cooking wine and probably 1/4 cup will work. I always like a little sweet heat, so I'm going to put in just a little bit of honey, probably about a tablespoon. And then, okay, I don't usually, okay, let me explain this. I feel like this needs an explanation. There's been a shortage of this stuff. And when I went to Nashville and I found it, I was like, oh yes, I'm buying it.
Even turn it around so that, I guess you can't really read it, but I can get
a full tablespoon I'm putting in. Might regret that. Don't think so though. So it's the red pepper garlic chili sauce. And there was California was having an issue with their pepper crop. So that you couldn't find it. You couldn't get it on Amazon, grocery stores. I mean, it's like cheap in the grocery stores, like Walmart carries it usually, and it's super cheap, but you could never find it. So when I found it, I bought it, and boy, did I buy it. And I tried to send it to a friend of mine who sent me some mangoes, and she wanted to make something with it. And so I did this whole elaborate thing to be able to send it to her in the mail. I still don't know what happened to it. It never got there.
No.
And we never tracked, we didn't put in the, what would you call it?
Well, we did put the tracking number in when we first sent it, but not after that.
I mean, we didn't claim the insurance on it. We insured it for $100.
Well, it's automatic when you ship it priority, it automatically insures it.
Tablespoon of oyster sauce and about a tablespoon of soy sauce. I have no idea what this is going to taste like, okay? I'm really front there. I have no idea. Just putting in ingredients that I like. And then we're going to get it transferred out into a big pan. And we'll finish cooking it as we cook the rice. All right, let's get a little bit of orange in there, which I already have. Now, I could, maybe I'll garnish with some oranges at the end. I want the juice only. So I'm going to just juice 3 of these little tiny ones, which is probably going to give me a tablespoon and a half of juice. Not that much because they're really small. All right, I'm going to stop talking, let you guys talk. Let me know. Oyster sauce is not spicy. Vegemite, that's right, John. You got to always put in Vegemite.
Every day, every week.
Every time.
Tasty Tuesday.
All right, any other? Oh, what happened to my back? Nothing. I'm just fat, old, and I'm just standing for too long today. That's all. Nothing's wrong with it. I mean, I guess my years of nursing, you know, being on my feet all the time. And I was telling Jeff, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm like, why can't I do all the things that I used to do and like go, 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 go? Why am I feeling tired more frequently? You know, why am I basically just not keeping up my pace that I've been doing my entire life? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because you're 5 years older than when you started this. And age, you know, takes a toll on you. And I'm fat, you know. So it is what it is. But I've been fat my whole life, so, and I've never been never slowed down.
John says check for seasoning.
Um,
Taste, but you got raw pork.
my pork's not quite cooked. I'm not going there. That's a whole nother can of worms.
Jesse
Almost
has a
literally.
good suggestion. Some cashews or peanuts might be good, but maybe
As a garnish so that they don't soften up. Yeah,
we have
absolutely.
a lot of cashews and peanuts here.
Yes, we do. I think cashews will be really good. I so want another one of these. These are so good. That's good.
You need water for the rice?
And I'm going to need a strainer. So we're just going to do a cup of rice. I have a different one. There's something where it is. Yep, this one. All right, we'll do 1 cup of rice.
So 1 to 1 on the water?
Nope, 1 to 2 because I'm steaming.
So 2 cups of water?
Yeah, okay, so one cup of jasmine rice. And if you can rinse this until the water runs clear, that would be great. All right. Oh boy. Well, the pork looks like it's cooked. That's hot. Let me get down to where the sauce is. That's going to be the important stuff. All right, here we go. As soon as it cools off. Jem, that's how I feel. So how old am I, Jeff?
What?
How old am I? 53?
Yeah.
I'm 53, and I still feel like I'm in my 20s or early 30s in my mind and what I think I can do. And 53 is not old or anything like that. If I exercised and was in better shape, I wouldn't have these issues. It's all my fault. So Annie started with Balance of Nature. Oh, Jeff, you have got to taste this sauce. Okay, I got to get this out before it overcooks. Oh, that is divine. Perfectly seasoned. Oh my gosh, this is good. Isn't that delicious?
Oh, that needs to be a recipe. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's so perfect. Okay. Let's turn this off. Let me think for a second. Okay. I'm going to put I want it to be thick. And it's pretty thin. And the vegetables are going to give off more liquid, especially that cabbage as it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and get my slurry in here and then transfer it into here. And then I'm going to need the rack, Jeff. And I hope I have enough cornstarch to do this with because I'm running out. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't need it super, super thick. I think 1 tablespoon slurry is going to be good. So that's a half. And that's another half. So that's a whole. Woohoo, I can do math.
John says you're just a baby.
I know. I know. I don't want to ever come across like I'm old. I'm not old. I know that.
But it doesn't stop you from feeling it, right?
Well, I do a lot. I mean, I stay very busy. Too busy. Sometimes I feel like I'm just running in circles, though. I need to, like, get a better grip on my time. Okay. All right. So, foodie's off, I hope. I think I did that. Cornstarch slurry's in. It's going to thicken pretty much very quickly.
Flashing high.
Yeah, that's off,
Okay.
though. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to transfer this into this dish. Then we're going to get the rice going. I need both. It's the other thing. Like, I have to remind myself that I need to take care of things and not. Ooh, be
I'll do
careful,
the
babe.
scooping.
Okay, cool. Whoops.
Oops, that one's on the floor.
Thankfully, that didn't land on my foot.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
It is a little warm. Okay, scrape that out, and then can you rinse this real quick?
Yep.
Doesn't have to be clean, but just rinse it out. Oh, you will need these.
Let me get a paper towel. Clean up that.
Oh, that's a big pork thing. Okay, here we need this. So it worked perfectly. This was the perfect amount. Could have actually gotten a little more cabbage in there. Like I said, this is going to be very meat heavy. In my ideal world, I would probably have twice as much cabbage. It's not my ideal world tonight, though. I misjudged the amounts. All right, there we go. Now, once we get that, we can get our water in. We will steam. And there we go. Yes, John, I do. And, you know, it's 4:45, though. I'm not going to be able to do that. It's 4:45. I see a lot of retired nurses. Annie's a retired nurse, and I saw one person, I think, before was a retired nurse. So 4:45 is like my busiest time. That's why I'm gearing up to put out 3 videos a week. You know, everybody's like cooking for the holidays and so on and so forth. So it's just a really super busy time, and I'm testing a lot of recipes. I think you guys can kind of tell I'm in a little bit of pain here tonight. Jeff and I were supposed to go away. We were going to go to Mexico. Our anniversary is the 18th. But the stress of just planning it and going was too much. I just said, no, I'm not going away. We have been like traveling so much in the past 2 years. Excuse me, for various things that I can't do it anymore because it takes me I get too far behind. And I expect too much of myself. I mean, I know that, right? I know that. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay.
What?
I got it. All right, so rice rinsed. I didn't even use any sesame oil. Didn't even need any.
Oh, you just sauteed the pork in its own fat?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Thank you, Annie. Okay, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. Stir it around. I guess I'll start with something clean. Why not? And then this and this. I'm running out of room here, Jeff. And that's hot too. Ooh, shoot. All right. Now, I really wish I could have made some more cabbage. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it. Do not worry about it. If I had a recipe, I would have more cabbage. So if it becomes a recipe, it will be more cabbage. Okay. All right. Now, this is a tight fit here. Okay, there we go. Okay, on top of the rice. That is clean, by the way. All right, we're going to steam. So that's nope, that's over here. Sorry. And put that away. And we are going to steam. Just straight old steam. No need for steam bake for this or anything like that. And 12 minutes and hit start. Okay. Now we can clean up a little bit, Mr. Long. Are you? Okay. All right. That's that. How long? Took me an hour to pull that together. Darn it. That's not a good time. That's not good timing. I don't like that. I want it to be done in an hour. We're almost done now. Almost done.
You didn't do the rice.
Yeah, if I didn't do the rice, I'd be done. If I did those in a separate air fryer, I would be done. If I didn't talk so much, I would be done. So.
If you didn't count your prep, so if you did mise en place and jumped right into it.
That's true too. And yes, I am throwing these in the garbage, okay? I don't always do that, but sometimes I do because I'm not going to have time to do anything with them. All right, so cutting board, Jeff will get to, I'm sure. These will be garnished. This will be garnished. We're golden. Okay.
I'll take that cutting board from you.
All right, I did brilliant for the first time. Remember, you had glitches in the beginning. I'm trying to think first of all, what did I do brilliant, John? Feed my ego, will you?
You also didn't get the ingredients for 10 minutes into the thing.
Are you talking about this recipe? I thought you meant in the beginning of my career. I was like, well, I don't know if I did anything brilliantly in the beginning of my career. I don't even know if I did anything brilliantly now. But I'm having fun. That's all that matters, right? Sometimes I have to close my eyes and think. I know, April. I know, sweetheart. And I please don't take that condescendingly. I know sometimes when people call people sweetheart, it's like kind of an insult. I don't mean it that way at all. I really mean it kindly, but I know that's not appropriate, and I still say it anyway. So I know, and I should, and that's what I do sometimes. But if you saw my freezers and all the bags of scraps that I have, and the chickens don't eat them, and we don't have a pig yet, I say, we want to get a pig. I don't know, though, if pigs can eat all that stuff. I'm not really sure. We haven't done any research. We don't have a pig.
I think we eat just about anything.
They do, but I don't know if you can feed them just about anything because I have a feeling that there's regulations these days.
Oh.
Anyway, all right, I'm going to stretch my back out a minute.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't have like some other kind of spasm.
Here.
Oh, you're going to let me sit down? I'm going to sit down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to sit down for a minute. Now that's like only the second time I've ever done that live on a Tasty Tuesday. But it does feel pretty good. Now I can just relax.
Now, if you can figure out how to cook sitting.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's about the right height. I almost could, huh? But you know what? I feel like now? I feel like laying my head on the cutting board and going to sleep. That's what I feel like. Oh, goodness. Yeah, John, glitches were at the start of today. Yep. I don't remember what they were because I can't remember that far back, which is an hour ago.
These for garnish.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Done with these.
Done with those.
Done with that.
Yep. And yes, my arms are on the cutting board. And then if anybody wants to rake me over the coals over it, you just go right ahead. Doesn't matter. I'm not cutting anything on it. It'll get cleaned again. All right. Freshen up my drink. Yeah, I'm not even half done my drink. So, gosh. Crystal, you are so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. For those of you that are on Facebook, Crystal says, not to worry, Louise, best night of the week, in my personal opinion, talking about Tasty Tuesday or the Q&A, I guess. Yes, April, they are washable. Yep. Sheila, thank you. Love your togetherness. You are remarkable. That's really, I don't feel together. In fact, I feel kind of like a little bit disheveled right now. but it's okay. Oh, by the way, when you're steaming, you vent. I didn't have it vented. It's okay. I just saw the steam coming out and I was like, oops, I better vent before it goes under pressure. That would have been a mess. Sharon, yes, one great husband. He is cleaning up. Now, it doesn't always happen this way, but on Tasty Tuesday it does, and it's awesome.
Well, I got to drive the dogs back to Tennessee.
Yeah, he's got to go back to Tennessee, so then I'll do all the dishes. But you know what? They will sit in the sink tonight. I told people that before. I am not that girl that feels like I have got to do the dishes. Nope. So, watch Dirty Jobs, Brian says. They did a video. I'm going to paraphrase now because it was jumped up off the screen, but they did a video. Okay. Thank you, John. Watch Dirty Jobs. They did a video where they worked with a guy in Las Vegas and he collected scraps and trash from stop restaurants and fed them to pigs. Did he have the pigs, or did he like go to farms and stuff? Is there a lot of farms in Las Vegas? I guess, I'm thinking
It's
downtown.
everywhere.
I'm thinking downtown, but even when I went through Las Vegas.
You don't have to drive very far to get on the outskirts.
Really? I guess I didn't get on the outskirts. I didn't see any places there would be any pig farms. Thank you, Robin. She said it's a highlight of her week. Okay, so now we're under steam. We are vented. So, Wendy says mise en place to my hubby, and he's like, what? Yay. Mise en place. That's my favorite word. And somebody is saying, Jeff, that was for you. Can you roll up? Can you teach my husband some tricks? That's right. That's right. And let's see. What? Oh, they were his pigs. Oh, cool. Okay, what's my drink tonight? This is really easy. So this is just ice, obviously. Then bourbon, amaretto, and I put in 2 oranges, like the juice from 2 little oranges. The little, I don't think they're technically mandarin. They're a little halo. Did I get it? Okay. Now I've got food all over me. Wendy wants to know how we clean the cutting board. I use soap and water, and then every, 6 months?
Well, I wish it was every 6 months. It's probably once a year. I use the oil.
The oil, yeah, he oils it, and then it has to sit and dry and all that stuff. And then for even though it gets washed again, for a little bit, I can sometimes get some darker residue off, and that's never good. But anyway, that's what we do. There's a lot of different thoughts on wood, and there's a lot of different thoughts on. I don't want to say vinyl, plastic. Would it be plastic, vinyl? What are those ones? They're not. I don't even know what they're made out of. You know the white cutting boards.
I thought they were just plastic.
I don't know if they're polymer. Maybe no, that's a different thing. Anyway, just a basic white cutting board. That's plastic. They're not really plastic though. Well, in my experience, and this is my experience, I don't like them because they get grooved too easy, and I have to replace them all the time.
And what juices and
and so stuff gets in there, and you can't really clean it off. I don't have any crevices in here.
It's ebony, which is a very hard wood.
Yeah, I can.
Bamboo is good.
I can see where my knife cut today, but there's nothing there for it to get into, so I can just clean it. All right. I hope I'm not overcooking this. Crystal, our dogs are actually here tonight. They're just being good. They're just.
Yeah, I actually have to go let them in. I just let George.
Did you? Yeah, they're here tonight. But then Jeff will take them home, and I'll stay here so I can. I've got some pictures. I got to take pictures of some of the food that I made today, and so I'll stay here in the morning, and then I'll go home tomorrow afternoon. Then Jeff goes on night shift, and we do this kind of ships passing in the night thing. Well, actually, ships passing in the morning, really. So how's the farm going? Well, John, we lost 3 chickens. So I'm very upset about that. Beth, I put my white cutting board in the dishwasher too. So what, and it does clean them up, John, but not when they are grooved and stained like mine are. I don't like them. Anyway, that's just my preference. Okay. So our chickens. We saw the carnage of one. So obviously they have been free ranging a lot. Okay. They have been escaping their coop, which is, they have a huge area, and we have a 6-foot fence around it. Plus we've got, what would you call it? Rope.
Yeah, but there's not enough of the rope.
There's not enough of the rope, but still we've got rope. And then we have paracord. So paracord, not rope. But then we've got something else. I mean, we did what we could do. These things fly like crazy, much more than some of the other breeds we've had.
2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, just 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. And funny, the one that always got out is not the one that died. So anyway, but they would get out. So then when one's out, you let the rest out. So then they got used to free ranging. And since they're used to free ranging, they want to do it every day. So Jeff's been letting them out, and then we close them up at night, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Well, a coyote must have gotten one, and it was daytime.
No, it was night. So what happened?
Oh, it didn't go. That one didn't go in?
When the chickens went in, something, like either the dog or the chicken, hit the bucket that was keeping the door open, and the door slid most of the way shut. All but 2 of the chickens went inside. 1 chicken didn't survive that. The other 2 just disappeared. I don't know.
Yeah,
in the middle of the day, actually. Yeah,
so the other 2 were red chickens. They never flew out, but they were out free ranging. They just disappeared. We don't have like birds that we would think. They were big too. We don't think that a bird could have like swooped down and gotten it.
I might have their wings clipped so that they stay in the coop when I want them to stay in the run.
Oh, I don't know if I like that idea. April, I don't think it was a hawk, right? I don't think so.
We got enough crows around that the hawks, we never see.
Yeah, I don't. Or an eagle.
No, we don't see eagles or hawks. We see crows, which are good for chickens because they keep those things away. And then we see a lot of buzzards, but no buzzards after this kill, so there was nothing left for.
Yeah, there was nothing but feathers. I mean, and this is the thing, guys. It's sad, but it is the way it is. I mean, that's just the way it is. I had to learn that when I first moved and started having these animals, that things happen, and you can do your best as parents to protect them, and still things can happen. And, it's not our fault. It's sad, but anyway. So now
we still have the rooster.
The rooster. That's what I said. Yeah, the circle of life, April. That's exactly what I meant to say. Or there's also another term, not the circle of life, but there's another term that goes about. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to sound like I didn't want to sound rude if you applied it to humans, although it applies to humans too. Yeah, I don't either. Natural selection. No, that's not it. There's another word for it. It's not the circle of life, but it is something else that happens when there's a pecking order, which, pun intended.
I think natural selection is the one that Darwin came up with, wasn't it?
Yeah, but isn't that more about defects in animals and things like that?
Right, the weaker.
Yeah.
The fittest.
Yeah, so like if there's 3 chickens and one can't run as fast, that's the one that's probably going to get killed, right? Now there's another word. I can't think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We don't need to go down that road, but it just happens. So now we just have to figure out like what to do next, right? I mean, what can we do to even further secure it? So we will do that. I am having second thoughts about my timing on this.
On your rice?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of steam left coming out of there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it out in 10 minutes, which means, after it's cooked for 10 minutes, which means when that hits 2, I'm going to take the top off and I'm going to stir around and see what I'm left with. See if I have dry rice. I mean, I've done this, but usually when I do this type of rice, I have sauteed it. Like I do this with my rice-a-roni recipe, but I saute it. And I don't want this to be overcooked because I don't like overcooked rice.
So John
In
says,
fact, maybe I'll just look at it now.
here's what John says in
Let's look
regards
at
to the chicken situation.
Yes. Survival of the fittest. Sort of,
Well,
Cindy, but
It is what it is, and what it is what it's meant to be.
deep. That's good. Yes. It is what it is, and what it is what it's meant to be. That is true. Very true. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm so glad I looked at that. So that was, can I do math? 7 minutes. And any more?
That's borderline overcooked rice. Huh?
No,
Yeah, okay.
it's not overcooked, but it might be over dry. So I might have to, next time, I will have to remember that, and I will add in 2 and maybe 2 and 2 tablespoons if I'm doing if I'm doing jasmine rice. Okay.
You done with that Cheryl?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna taste this a little bit because it could be not done. I have a feeling it's done though. I think it's gonna be good enough. Is it gonna be absolutely perfect? Like I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, I nailed that rice? No. Oh my gosh. I nailed this rice. I'm not joking. Jeff. That is perfect.
Yep. You want plates?
Yep. All right. Let's do it. It's probably not as fluffy, but jasmine rice it's not like basmati that's more fluffy. But it's certainly not, it's not mushy. It's not wet. It's not dry. It's got the perfect tooth to it. Really, really good. Okay. So here is the final dish.
I don't need rice.
All right. Now this is where it gets a little tricky too. So try to take that off. It doesn't matter if that gets in there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. And
I'm
then
gonna get some peanuts for the top of mine.
oh yeah, I want some cashews. And then we're going to put this over top. And Jeff is eating low carb, so he's not eating any of that. He's eating just the veggies and stuff. I don't even know if he'll eat that much of it. Let me give him more meat. I know he likes the meat a lot. And then, oh, he didn't want any of those.
Did you want to crush these in a Maggie or just put them on?
Nah, I'll put mine on. I'll just crush them myself.
I'm just using my bionic hand.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm doing. All right. Finished dish. So from start, hey, not too bad. Not too bad. It's 8:15. We got started at 7. But remember, I talked for a bunch. Then we had to go through the ingredients. I probably spent 15 minutes on the cheese, just talking about the cheese, right? So here we go. All right. I'm going to let Jeff go first. Now, what we're judging on, Jeff, is flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And also the cook on the vegetables, because that's super important.
Flavor's perfect.
Okay.
We get some cabbage, some onion. It's hot, so be careful.
Yeah.
I like that texture on the cabbage.
Okay. Did I turn that off? Yeah.
Onion's good.
Okay. That's the key.
Carrot's perfect.
Yay! That is the key. Because they can be kind of tricky. Oh my goodness. This is really good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and try it with the wonton because you went to all the trouble to make it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot. Debbie, it's so good it doesn't even need it, but yes, thank you. let me go ahead.
On the garnish?
Yeah. I would definitely do this if I was serving it because it makes it pretty and I wouldn't be tearing it. Yeah, 7 minutes, Wendy, but I would probably I would play around with that a little bit.
The little wonton there
Yeah.
makes all the difference in the world. It's so good.
Like all the difference in the world.
Try it. The flavor wise, texture wise.
Now, would you crush it up?
I'm going to and see what happens.
Because if that's the case, then I would make just strips. I just thought these would be so cute. I could have made little fortune cookies next time. That would have been a cute idea. So you make a little fortune cookie out of the wonton wrapper, like if you're having a dinner party. And then after they eat their fortune, they put it on their dish. Crumble it up. These are so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, green onions and stuff, Jeff. Green onions and cilantro.
Cilantro, yes.
Wow.
I didn't really get a green onion, but there's a piece of green onion. Cilantro, absolutely. And I'm not a big cilantro fan, but it really finishes it.
Now, this is spicy.
Very.
Okay. And that's because of that tablespoon of red pepper paste I put in, or whatever it's called. Garlic, something or another. It would be just as good without that. Okay, so I am going to say, without a doubt, this is probably my favorite thing I've made on a Tasty Tuesday. I don't know. That's hard to say. That's a hard one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's perfect, though.
But it's perfect in every single way. Yes. Yes. The cabbage is perfect. There's more tender pieces. There's crunchier pieces. Okay, so visually, texturally, flavorly, which is not a word. This is spot on. Spot on. Oh my gosh. No. These wontons are not like fortune cookies at all. Fortune cookies are sweet, made totally different. I was just saying I could make like a fortune wonton. I should have been clearer. Fortune wonton. And put little fortunes in, and then after, guests eat, get their fortune, they crumble it up. I'm going to do that. I don't know, Debbie. What am I going to call it? See, this is the problem. I can throw things in a pot, make it delicious, but it's not anything that anyone would know the name for because there is no name.
I guess it's similar to an egg roll bowl because it's got all the stuff that would go in there, right? Started out as an egg roll.
That's true. I have a shrimp egg roll in a bowl. I could do this one as an egg roll in a bowl. I got to be honest. This is 10 times better than my shrimp egg roll in a bowl. Because the shrimp egg roll in a bowl was not overly seasoned. Not overly seasoned is the wrong word. It was not heavily seasoned because I wanted it to be for people who like just very mild. Let those ingredients shine through. You really taste all the freshness of the vegetables. But this one has spice, has heat. It's good. Not too much sweetness, but enough, right? It's so good. So Annie, coriander in the US is the seed of the cilantro. So it is different than cilantro stems. However, in the UK, I believe they call this coriander. But somebody correct me, okay? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then what do you call coriander in the UK? Okay, Wendy, define level of spicy. That's good. 6?
No way. It's a restaurant 3.
Restaurant 3.
If you get a 3 or
Okay.
4 at a restaurant, you're burning your mouth. This isn't burning, but it's there. I was trying to find a container to take some home with me, but I couldn't find any containers.
I know. Oh, I bought some.
Over
So I'll just have to wash. Hi, Justin's saying hi. Elaine, if you watch again and write down all the ingredients, will you email them to me? Because that's what I have to do. I have to sit down and watch it.
John says, would pineapple work?
I think so. Pineapple juice instead of orange juice. Yeah,
Little chunks of pineapple in
or
there.
little chunks of pineapple. It would change things a little bit. Okay, so this is what we call cilantro. And I guess, John, what you're saying is that in Australia, this is called coriander. So then, what is coriander called?
Coriander seeds.
I'm trying to think if I have some. I do. I know I do. I just don't know where. I have ground coriander, but I don't see any coriander seed out here. I'm not going to dig through my spice cabinet for it. Anyway, huge success. This is something that I would make again and again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and it's without the wontons and the rice. It's basically keto.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
In there.
What?
It's got honey in it.
And the oyster sauce. I don't think that's. And the cooking wine. It's not keto, but it's not bad for you either. So, doesn't have to be keto. I don't agree with keto too much, at all. I shouldn't be wishy-washy. I don't think keto's a good long-term plan for anybody, but it does get the weight off. I've done it. Okay.
That's that.
Wendy says not till you name the recipe, Louise. So if I name the recipe, people start looking for it. I wish, right? Oh, okay. So John says coriander is all we call it, including the seeds. Okay, so there's no differentiation. I did not say that right. Correct me, Mr. English. Differentiation. Why am I saying it so wrong? Say it.
Differentiate.
But it's differentiation. There's no.
How about just the difference?
No, let's get this right. Okay. So in the UK and Australia, they call coriander, whether it's the leaves or the seeds, they just call it coriander. So there's no differentiation between the two. But that does not sound right.
I think it's right.
Oh. Doesn't sound right.
It's hot in here.
Okay. That's that signal to wrap it up. Okay. I've never used a glass cutting board, and well, that's not true. I have a couple times. I don't like them. I like the feel of wood on my knife. So, but that's the thing. It's all about preference. Okay. Coriander and coriander seeds in the UK. Okay. Very cool. No difference, Debbie says. She's on Jeff's bandwagon. I want to get it right. No differentiation. Why is that wrong? That is wrong. There's no differentiation. There's something wrong. But there's a word for it. I cannot differentiate.
It is a word. The action or process of differentiating.
Okay.
Differentiation is a word.
And I'm saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay, score 1 for me. All right. Thank you guys. It's been a blast again. I always love our Tuesdays. I am so in love with these. They're not good for me, but they are so good. All right.
Don't forget tomorrow, cheese comes out.
Mm.
The liquid cheese.
Can you say it?
I said what?
Don't forget liquid cheese is coming out my mouth's full.
I just said it.
Okay. Well, you were like looking at me like I'm supposed to say it. I don't know when your mic's on.
I thought maybe you were going to follow up on that.
Okay, yeah. Follow up tomorrow. Liquid cheese comes out. Help me win the internet. So when you see the recipe and I post it in my group or the video, it's better if you share the recipe though. Share that recipe all over Facebook if you're on Facebook. If you're not, share it wherever you are on social media because I want to win the internet with this liquid cheese tomorrow. I'm joking, really.
Jonah's
But
taking a plate home too.
yes. Oh, take a plate. This is good. All right. How long does the oyster sauce last in the refrigerator? Long time. A long time. And I got a bigger bottle because I went to Nashville, and that was what? How long ago?
Oh, Nashville's been months. 4 months.
6 months. 6 months probably. And you can get littler bottles at Walmart. And so, yeah, they're good. It stays good for a long time. Forever, April says. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Michael. All right. Love you guys so much. Thank you again for spending your evening with Jeff and me. And I will see you for the Q&A next week, and I'll be back at home again. So that turned out pretty well, so I'm going to keep doing the Q&As at home. You get to watch the crazy kittens behind me, which Jeff, I got a funny story. If you were in the Q&A the other day, last week actually, because that's how we do it, Jeff gets home from work, so you guys do get to see him a little bit. And the cats were out, and the cats were on the pool table. The pool table's covered, and somebody kept telling me that they were playing pool behind me. And I was just like, oh, how cute, thinking they were just running around the pool table. Jeff comes to me like maybe 2 days later and says, did you put all the balls in the pocket on the pool table? I was like, no. He said, well, the cats have put all the balls in the pockets through the liner. There's a cover, but we didn't have the balls were still spread out.
The balls were actually set up in a triangle, like you would set the table up.
Oh my gosh. So the balls were racked on the pool table. People were not joking. Those cats were playing pool behind me and got all of the balls in the pockets. How hysterical. We'll have to set it up again that way.
Uh-huh.
That's so funny. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you next week. And don't tomorrow, share that cheese sauce.